Welcome viewers, Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, fresh in from winging, hydrofoiling. Wow, what a day. Out there on my own, it was pretty scary. No mates out there today. That gets a bit testing on the mind. Many of you are suffering from a breakup for the right reasons and the wrong reasons. I think some of you have accepted that it was not meant to be, and that the breakup was meant to be, and that's just how it is. And you've come to terms with that, and even though it's still hard, it's just the way that the ingredients between you and your partner worked out. People forget that there's an ingredient factor to a relationship, and the ingredients takes time to show us what's going to become of us within that blend, the blend of the relationship. And you can get along fine with somebody, but there could be an element of sickness, health. There could be an element of diet. There could be an element of habits that just wear at you. There could be unresolved, a big one. Family members interfering, all these types of things that come out of the blend as it goes along. That'll affect the final product. And sometimes, most of the time, that's unfair, and it hurts, because we attach according to our levels of devotion and loyalty. Some people just aren't going to play the game. Some people are going to wear out with their attraction towards you. So you need to be very careful how you attach and at what depth you're going to attach to the person that you're with. And when signs are starting to appear for them and yourself that things aren't right, then you need to talk, and you need to talk quick. You need to get things sorted very, very quick, and discuss what the options are for the relationship to move forward, or for the relationship to stalemate and possibly dissolve. The demise of a relationship, not that that's what anybody sets out for, is always a possibility. But we're not culturalized to be able to cope with that, because when we put our heart into something, we don't want to lose it. We've invested ourselves, we've put time, energy, money into things. I've had some tremendously generous partners, and some takers as well. One in particular was a taker. But when you invest your life into someone, you want to do what you can to make it work, but you have to play fair. You have to present yourself at a level that is going to help sustain the partnership, the relationship, protect it, maintain it. But sometimes our character flaws just ain't going to allow that to happen, and someone breaks down. Could be you in one, other person in another. It changes. It changes all the time. And we need to be very, very aware of how our relationship's tracking. Are the phone calls being answered? If not, is there some follow-up communication? Is the amount of time that you're spending with each other an agreed amount of time? Does it work for both of you? Is the time apart suitable? A lot of people break up or find somebody else because the time apart's too much. Just too much. is the other person keeping themselves in a healthy way so that their attraction stays up, attraction levels stay up? Are they communicating in a way that shows that they care? All these things add up. Are they negligent towards a relationship? That's gonna be costly, isn't it, if they're negligent? All these things add up. And all these things take a toll. There's blessing on the one hand, where everybody's blessed and things are moving forward, and things that try and come to wreck the relationship get dealt with swiftly. For some people, they get in situations, I've seen this, that they can't get out of. They're too close to the family member. The family member's spat the dummy about the relationship. They're not even in it. And they just can't salvage the relationship because they're too close to the family member. And that's not cricket, but that's what happens. It happens all the time. These people are enmeshed. There's nothing you can do about it except get out of the way. Other people waste money. You might be in the relationship and all of a sudden you're watching this person waste all this money. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Salt water. Waste all this money. Or they waste time. They got habits that just waste time. They have to go and sit with their habit. And you wonder what they're thinking when they're doing these things on their own. Like, what are they thinking? What are they trying to achieve? Because a lot of these things don't contribute to the relationship. As a matter of fact, they jeopardize the relationship. And all of a sudden, there's conflicts over behavior patterns, negligences. And these people, they just find themselves in a stalemate, like in a game of chess, and somebody's got to knock over the king or the queen. I'm not sure what piece it is. And that's it. It's the end of the game. The time to pack up the pieces. That's it. That's how it is. And everybody loses. Everybody goes back to zero. A lot of these people will find somebody else before the relationship ends. They know it's going to end, so they find somebody else. They think the grass is greener on the other side. Very rarely it is. You have to go through a healing process so that you can reset and meet somebody else and build something grand. But if you're in a good relationship and you've sabotaged it via whatever the reason is, that's going to put you in a situation that's not good for the next one. In a situation where, unless you do the work and heal and come to terms with what happened, right? And I know for my last one, it's not the first time that it's happened to her. And as a matter of fact, I think she lost a major relationship before I come along. The same way, giving authority to children within the parental or adult realm. And if they don't change it, well, it becomes a strategy for them. That's how they narcissize themselves with people. They know that they'll get a run. They triangulate the relationship. They wear on the person's tolerances. And some people give in quick, really quick. I lasted 9 months. Which I couldn't really, wasn't really fair. But a lot of these people don't develop. They just don't develop. They have the way that they do things, and you've got to pick it up quick. Like, I knew there was a possibility at the start that could happen, but watching it actually manifest, I knew I had more brains. I knew I knew that it was a possibility, but watching it actually happen, you go, oh, you know, I saw this at the start. But you put faith in people, and you know, they do their best with where they're at, and you can only accept it as that. And if it doesn't work out, well, we've all got to accept it, and it's hard to accept. But you look at the memories, I suppose, and you can take or leave the good ones and the bad ones, and that's it. That's how it goes. And you live and learn, you heal, time allows you to heal, your mind comes back, you don't ruminate and try and work out the answers all the time anymore. The anger goes, you accept what the circumstances were and why it happened. And you hope that, you know, the best for everyone. You don't want anything bad to happen to people. I mean, I've seen some of these people who are in a bad enough state without me trying to, you know, add to it. And besides that, Jesus said, bless those who curse you, bless and do not curse. You know, so it's our responsibility to just let things go, leave people alone. Share your story, if that's going to give you therapy. But don't curse people or anything like that, because that's not going to help anyone. It's just not. Focus on becoming healthier, happier, grateful for what you have. It was what it was. There was nothing you could do about it. You showed tolerance, you showed closure, you showed the best part of yourself. That's all you could do. Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison out.